I'm Rod. Thanks for watching. This is part 5 of my Stingray 4S or my Stingray 4-string build. And on the last one I put a couple coats of clear lacquer on it just to protect it while I was waiting on some parts to come in. Now on this one I don't know how far I'm going to get. Just going to play it by ear. But on the last one I showed you how I touched some spots up. And this spot right here I really messed up. And the way I messed that up is it was just a small little white dot. And I put some the activator on a brush, and then I put it on the ink, and then I dabbed it. Well, my dumbass took my finger and touched it, and it really messed it up. So I had to let it dry and do it. It really looks bad. I also have this spot up here and this spot right here. That's just a hydro dip. It must have been the way I set it in, because this carbon fiber was really difficult to do. I had to do it twice. So on this part right here, what I'm going to do is I've got some white pick guard coming in, and I'm going to cut off a piece about 2 inches by 4 inches with my laser engraver, and I'm going to hydro dip that and set it right on top of that. And that'll cover that, no problem. This one right here is a little bit different, and you can see it. If it was on the back, I wouldn't care, because you're not going to look at the back. So one of my options that I came up with was to take this emblem, I ordered 2 of them, I have them, and stick it right here like that. Oh, well, centered like that. And I was kind of going for that, but I also ordered a Corvette sticker, which is be the flag and the Chevrolet logo. I ordered this, and I'm probably going to go with this one right here. And I can put it right here. It'll go right over that. You can't see it. And I think that is going to look a whole lot better than that emblem. So this is probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick that on there. When I do that, then I'm going to coat it with about 4 or 5 coats of lacquer. It'll be stuck on there. Then I can go to the next step. So let me set this down on the table and we'll put the sticker on. Okay, what I've done is I took a piece of tape and I marked the center point in here the best I could. And I've got the edge of the tape right where the edge of the sticker needs to go to barely cover that. And luckily I have 2 of these stickers, so if I mess one up, I got one more shot. So we're going to take and put the sticker on it. Alright, there's the sticker right there. I think that looks pretty good. I think it looks better than that emblem. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and put about 4 or 5 more coats of the clear lacquer on it. I'm going to do that off camera and then let it dry for about a day. When we come back, we're going to go ahead and cut out the pick guard for this and hydro dip it, and then I should be able to go ahead and put the electronics in it. So let me get this coated up with the lacquer. We'll come back and we'll go from there. Well, I haven't sprayed any more lacquer yet because a friend of mine was here and he gave me an idea. So you can see I've got the body all taped up. Everything's taped up except for right here. Well, if you can see in here, there's white in here, and the carbon fiber hydro dip didn't got all the way back in there. It's really nasty in there, and I really didn't like it. And I was thinking, well, it's the back of the guitar. What difference does it make? But OCD, I guess. It just bothered me. So he says, well, why don't you just paint the inside white right there? Hey, that's a good idea. So I got to thinking about it a little bit more, and I think white is going to stand out too much right there. So what I did was I mixed up some of my lacquer, and I put in some carbon black mica powder, or pigment powder, in with it. And I'm going to paint the inside edge of these black. And it's not going to be like jet black dark, really dark. It's just going to cover it up, and it's probably... to help it blend in a little bit more is what I'm trying to do. I'm also going to do the same thing with the neck, because you can see right here on the neck where the hydro dip didn't go too well. So what I'm thinking about, after I paint this and see what it looks like, I might tape my neck off right around here and paint the heel of the neck with the same stuff, and that way it'll match up and it'll just flow a little bit better. So let me get my air compressor turned on and my spray gun filled with the lacquer, and we'll spray this and see what it looks like. Well, I think this is going to work out pretty good, because I sprayed it on there and it's not, just dark, dark, dark. It's really light, so as I spray it, I can judge how dark I want it, and you can still see some of the carbon fiber in it. But it's going to blend all that in really good, and I might go ahead and do the neck. So I'm going to let this dry for about 10 or 15 minutes. I'm going to put about 4 or 5 coats on it and see if I can get it a little bit darker. Once I do that, we'll come back and we'll take a look and see what it looks like. Okay, there we go. That looks a whole lot better with that painted on there. I think it looks really, really good. It looks a lot better. It doesn't stand out as bad as the rest. But let me ask you, you know, when you're doing something and you come up with an idea and you're thinking, nah, I probably shouldn't ought to do that. Yeah, but you do it anyway. You know, this was a good idea, tape it up. Well, when I untaped it, a little bit of that black paint, I guess I had it on my finger and it got wiped right here. There's a little bit back here. And then you know, you go, oh, let me try to fix that. Thinking, just let it go, because you notice it, nobody else will notice it, just you, but you got to fix it. So I got some denatured alcohol in a little rag, thinking that, oh, the denatured alcohol will get it off. It won't mess it up like acetone. Well, wrong. I went to wipe it off and it was coming off, and then I wiped all the way down to the white paint. Oh, I was mad. So I got some black lacquer paint and I tried to touch it up. I mean, you can see it a little bit right there. So I wound up putting another pinstripe just below this one, which actually looks pretty good, over that, so it's not as noticeable. But what I am going to do is, here is the neck that I sprayed with some of that lacquer with the pearl pigment in it, right here on the sides, and I think that looks pretty good, but that's about 4 or 5 coats. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up some more of that, and I'm going to film this. I'm going to mix up some more of that, and I'm going to spray the whole body. I'm going to lightly spray it with the black, and it just to darken it a little bit. You'll still be able to see the carbon fiber, but it's going to darken it up a little bit. It's going to blend some of these mistakes that I have in it a little bit, and then I'm going to let it dry and then go back over it with the regular clear lacquer 4 or 5 coats. So let me get that set up. We're going to just shoot it lightly with the darkened lacquer and then go from there. Okay, I got the tinted lacquer on the body, and I did try to record that, but for some reason my SD card decided just not to work anymore. I mean, my camera won't even register it. I hit the record button and for some reason it didn't record it, so I don't know what happened. I apologize for that, but I did get it coated with that tinted lacquer and it looks a whole lot better. A lot of the flaws and all the touch-up I had to do, you can barely see it because it's a little darker. Even right up here where there were some little white marks up here, you can still see it. It's just not as bad. I probably won't put the pick guard right here that I intended on dipping in carbon fiber. I might do it later. I want to get the strings on it, see what it looks like. I also got the neck tinted, so we're good to go on that. But I do need to let this dry for about another 2 or 3 days, and then I can come back and polish it. Then I can start putting it together. So I appreciate you watching. Hit that like and subscribe button and come on back for part 6, and hopefully I can get this thing put together.